financial planning ranks as one of the top 10 jobs around the world in many territories. And what's great about a career in financial planning is you can really shape your own path. You'll have the opportunity to join a mutual fund company or an insurance company. You could you could become an academic, or you could create your own firm. And in the process of providing financial planning, you have the opportunity to choose where you may focus. Maybe you might want to have a particular niche in focusing with particular clients. We did some global research several years ago among CFP professionals around the world. And the research back from people who have gone through our certification program and pursued a career in financial planning is very strong. Basically, 37% said they got a promotion or they were able to grow their business. Over 60% saw their income grow. 80% said they were able to keep clients longer, and 80% reported really feeling strong career satisfaction. So we're pleased that you're joining us to go on this journey with us to CFP certification in India. And what I'd like to do is just give you a high-level overview of FPSB, and then I'll pass it over to Kieran Rooney, our Director of Standards and Certification, who are going to take you through how we've developed a new framework and the kickoff point, the investment planning specialist. So Kieran, if we'll just bring up the slide on about FPSB. So Financial Planning Standards Board, we are a nonprofit standard setting body for the global financial planning profession. We own the Certified Financial Planner program outside the United States, and we currently have a network of financial planning and certification bodies offering CFP certification in 27 countries and territories around the world. In addition to being a network of financial planning and certification bodies, we're also an affiliate member of the International Organization of Securities Commissions, of which SEBI in India is a member. And we're a member of that group because we think it's critically important that the voice of the financial planning community is at the global regulatory table as well. We do a lot of work on financial literacy and certainly do a lot of pro bono initiatives working with our CFP professionals around the world as part of World Financial Planning Day. And as a result, we're also a member of the OECD's International Network for Financial Education. FPSB's mission is to benefit the public, and we do that by establishing, upholding, and promoting worldwide standards in financial planning. And our vision is to establish financial planning as a globally recognized profession with CFP certification seen as that symbol of excellence around the world. As I mentioned to you earlier, we are in 27 countries globally with opportunity for growth. You'll see we're well represented in Asia Pacific, being in over 12 territories in that region, and clearly we have opportunities for growth in Europe, South America, and in the territories in which we still exist. You'll see on the slide there in front of you that we reached almost 190,000 certified financial planner professionals in the world last year, and just under 2,000 of those were in India. And what that sheet there shows you is we are in mature markets, we're in developing markets, we're in emerging markets. We have CFP professionals practicing in insurance sectors, in banks, as independent advisors. But all across the world on this slide, you'll see growing interest in financial planning, growing interest in CFP certification. And this slide here shows you that we've more than doubled the number of CFP professionals around the world in a little over the last decade. And our commitment is to continue to grow the CFP certification program in India and around the world. And as part of that effort, we've put together a program that we think you're going to find very appealing to help you get on the path and take the next step towards CFP certification. So with that, I will just finish by saying again, thank you all for your interest in the CFP certification program. Thank you for joining us on the webinar this afternoon in India to learn more about it. And certainly Rajesh and the team at ICOFP, thank you for giving me the opportunity to join you today and wish everybody well in this venture. So with that, I'll hand it over to Kieran.
Great. Thank you so much, Noel, and thank you to everyone who has taken time out of your day to join us. We're incredibly excited to share with you the new pathway to CFP certification in India. As you may know, FPSB became the direct certifying body in India in April of 2019. Our first task and most essential task was to listen. We talked to employers, we talked to our current CFP professionals, and we talked to our students, and we asked them what it is that you're seeking. What we heard is a great interest in quality educational materials, such as textbooks. We also heard an interest in online or distance learning opportunities, as well as in-person opportunities. We heard a real interest in the connectivity between what is being taught, what is being tested, and what is needed for quality, comprehensive practice for the client. We also heard an increased interest in complete consistency across education and training programs. Through this learning exercise, we then set forth to develop our new pathway to CFP certification in India. Another thing that we heard is the appreciation and the deep respect for the CFP marks and what it is that they represent as client-first comprehensive financial planning for individuals and families. We'll maintain that rigor in the standards of CFP certification while introducing a restructured new pathway to reach it. Hence, I introduce to you our 3 specialist courses and our Capstone course to reach CFP certification. This starts with Investment Planning Specialist, Retirement and Tax Planning Specialist, and Risk and Estate Planning Specialist. I'll talk through those before I then discuss our Capstone course before the ultimate culmination in CFP certification. On June 1st, we'll be glad to introduce our Investment Planning Specialist credential. The major benefits of this are deeper knowledge of securities, investment theory, and portfolio construction, so you can optimize your client's portfolio to meet their needs and gain both employer and client recognition to enhance your career and build your career or independent practice. As you know, this is the first step towards CFP certification. As we look at the roadmap here, we have an education component, exam component, and an ethics component before certifying as an investment planning specialist. As you see at this certification level, there's no experience needed in order to gain this. If we look over at this column on the left on the education, it makes up 3 main criteria. The first one is personal financial management. This entails net worth analysis, cash flow analysis, and using time value of money analysis to understand your client's needs today, tomorrow, and far into the future. That lends into investment planning and asset management, in which case they're learning the technical topics of asset classes, investment risk, and asset allocation to meet their client's needs. In addition to that, they're learning the human element principles of behavioral finance and psychology to support their clients in their investment decisions. Last but not least, we have the regulatory environment, which is a systems approach to the economic, political, social, and regulatory environment that impact investing decisions for our client. Upon completing the education, we have a 2-hour investment planning specialist exam, which is 75 multiple choice questions and broken down by the 3 education areas we discussed. Upon completing the education and the exam, we have an online ethics course provided by FPSB, an agreement to adhere to our code of ethics, so that we all have the same client-first principles. Upon completing the investment planning specialist certification, we'll be launching the retirement and tax planning specialist in a few months this August, and right after that, the risk and estate planning specialist certification. The retirement and tax planning specialist focuses on retirement planning and tax planning. This roadmap, much like the other 2 specialist certifications, entails education, exam, and ethics with no experience needed. However, you will have lifelong CPD or continuing professional development opportunities and requirements to continue your lifelong learning. On the education side, we focus on retirement planning and effectively the cash flow and strategies to and through retirement for a client, which is supported by their tax planning structures as well. Upon completion of the retirement tax planning specialist, you could move on to the risk and estate planning specialist. That will be launching in October of 2020. The risk and estate planning specialist introduces you to the risk management principles, exposures, and solutions for a client as it pertains to a wide variety of risks. This may entail health, life insurance, disability, and long-term care needs that a client may have. Additionally, we have estate planning so that you can work with legal counsel to help meet the client's estate planning and inheritance needs. Upon completion of this, as with the other specialist education tracks, we have exam and ethics requirements attached. Upon completing these 3 core technical topic areas, we then move into the Capstone course. This is the chance to integrate all of the technical information that you've previously learned into synthesized financial planning. In addition, we'll be teaching you how to do a financial plan and actually interact with the client. This is where you really learn about the client-planner relationship and the human qualities of the process, as well as the mindset behind it. This capstone course really integrates you into building relationships of trust in dealing with biases, both of the advisor and the client, to help support a client in meeting their goals. Now, let's return back to the investment planning specialist and talk about the process to join us on June 1st and to move through that to certification. First off, as we heard, there's an interest in online learning experience and an interest in quality, consistent textbooks. So we will have available on our online portal, My FPSB Learning, textbooks for each course that we're delivering, 21 interactive sessions, and practice sessions for each course that you take. This will be supported by your educator or ICOFPs, learning materials and their sessions as well. So that way you have a rigorous education that really prepares you for your certification exam. The steps to go through this are first and foremost to register with FPSB starting June 1st on our website, to notify us of the course that you're starting with, or in this case, investment planning, to enroll with your educator of ICOFP, and then to access the online material in our portal, as well as the materials that ICOFP might be providing to you. Once you complete ICOFP's education course, they will confirm to us your student success, and we will then invite you to take and complete the certification exam. Once that 2-hour exam is completed, you'll move on to take an ethics course before ultimately certifying as an FPSB investment planning specialist. We've listed up here the fees at each one of these steps. So the registration is $165 in order to access the textbook, courses, and practice questions along the way. It is $60. And then in order to take the certification exam, for each time you take it, it'll be $61. The ultimate certification process and acceptance, in which you receive the FPSB Planning Specialist marks that you can use, as well as this graphic on the left, which can be shared on your LinkedIn profile and with your employer, is $120 per year. That will also give you access to continuing professional development opportunities online provided directly by FPSB. So I'll turn it over to Rajesh, and after that we'll open up for questions, but I really do invite you to apply at india.fpsb.org/students. Thank you so much, and Rajesh, I turn it over to you and the ICOFP team.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. Karen, this PPT is with you? Karen?
Yes.
This PPT's control is with you?
Yes, I have the slide up, I believe.
Yeah, so if you can allow me the control. Yeah, perfect. I will share the PPT from here. So you're able to see my slides, Karen?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. So as Karen was just explaining that the CFP program has now been in three levels, I should say, or three standalone specialization, I should say, right? So first specialization, second specialization, third specialization, and post that you have the final CFP certification coming, which is a bundle of all these three, which is layered on all these three, right? So we at ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning, we are going to offer you the education, the course materials, the training, the classes, everything that is needed to prepare you for CFP certification. Probably the best of guidance, the best of faculties. So what all we are going to do, what all are the offerings that we have, what is our the teaching content, that's what I'm going to present you now. Right. So the first thing that most of you would be probably having in mind is why ICOFP? Why not an independent CFP coach, or maybe going to a different education provider? Yes, we have been first and the largest education providers since beginning of CFP certification, CFP program in India. And not only CFP, the speciality that we built over the years is taking CFP as a core program. We layered on it various management modules too, and we built the CFP as a part of our BBA, Masters, and PGDFP, postgraduate diploma certifications as well. Yeah. So meaning to say that we didn't remain only a CFP provider. CFP as a core, CFP as a key curriculum, we have inbuilt that into super specialized BBA, Masters, and postgraduate diploma programs. Yeah. So we have taken the CFP's speciality, CFP's career scope, CFP curriculum in our other programs too. That's where we have built our speciality. When the new program came in and when the new program restructuring was happening at FPSB, parallelly, we also started working on developing the content, right? Developing our own content. Yes, FPSB is going to offer you an online access, a learning management system. That's what we would call it. Besides that, we gonna provide you textbook, workbook, group projects, assignments, videos. I don't know. I mean, so many things. I'll explain you what all are there in different offerings. So the idea is that it should not be only helping you to prepare for your exams. It should be rather one, developing the right knowledge for you, two, bringing a very practical exposure. It should not be just getting you ready for a few MCQs, right? And third, you should be actually turning out to be a qualified personal finance expert, qualified financial planner. Yeah. So while we do all this, the speciality that remains with us is the faculty. I am proud to have, and I would introduce them as well. They are here. If any one of you have a query, you can connect with them right here. So I'm proud to have a very extremely good faculty, extremely experienced faculty. We have Ms. Madhu Sinha from Mumbai, who is the program head and the campus director at Mumbai. So Madhu has been teaching CFP program for more than a decade. And I could also see in the names in the participants, many of the people many of the students whom she has taught CFP at some point of time, they are now CFP coaches. So imagine the kind of expertise that Madhu has built over more than a decade. And I am also joined here by my colleague, Mr. Dinesh Gupta. Professor Dinesh Gupta, he is again a CFP and he brings again almost a decade of experience in CFP teaching, right from students, the freshers, to the working professionals or the professionals who are the retired professionals or the chartered accountants. He has trained, coached, mentored hundreds and thousands of these professionals to turn into qualified financial planners, right? So that's where our USP is. We have an extremely good faculty who are going to coach you on a very personalized manner. Okay, so the study options that you have, how do you study with us? So you have three options. One is the classroom. So of course you come to our classes and the classes are held normally in weekends because CFP attracts a lot of working professionals. So classes are normally held in weekends. And when I write here Delhi and Mumbai, other than Delhi and Mumbai, I have centers, smaller centers available in Chennai, Ahmedabad, smaller cities too. Yeah, but Delhi and Mumbai is where our bigger centers, our bigger campuses are there, where we run the full-time program, the BBA, the super specialized BBA, masters, PGDFP, all that. Yeah, these are weekend batches. Then you have virtual online classes. As of now, yes, in the current scenario, even the classroom is shifted to virtual for this lockdown period. But virtual is where our faculties deliver you live classes through the videos. These are again normally weekends. So the benefit for you is you can attend it from anywhere, wherever you are. And then you get these videos, recorded videos of these classes. Yeah? So the recorded videos help you. So if you can mute everyone, can I unmute myself? Ashok, admin, can I mute everybody?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So virtual classes are where our faculties deliver you live experience. It is the live class, just that you are taking the classes with the convenience, safety, security, of your home. You are studying at your home, and then you get the recorded video of the class as well, so that you can pause, rewind, play, and watch it as many times as you want. And then the third option is, yes, e-learning videos, where you get the pre-recorded training materials, teaching materials, videos. And the videos, I won't say those boring videos. These are absolutely, modern videos with gamification, content built in very interesting way to help you understand the subject better. Yeah. So these are the three modes available: classroom, virtual, e-learning. Classroom live at the campus, virtual live at your place, e-learning recorded, watch it anytime, anywhere, kind of. Yeah. So when I say these three, I would also next go ahead and tell you that within these classes, what is that ICOFP is going to offer you. Can I request everybody to go on mute, please? Yeah. So ICFP brings you an unparalleled educational material. As of now, when most of the CFP coaches are even struggling, trying to understand or trying to probably guess as in what is going to be the examination pattern, we are ready with the education materials. We are ready with what are we going to teach you. And these study materials that we are going to offer you will come in a box of 10. So when I say box of 10, I mean to say 10 elements are going to be in it. So one is concept books, other than the CFP, FPSB books which are being offered to you by FPSB, we will be giving you concept books as well, right? Which will be key summarized form where you run through the key concepts so that you understand it better. Then you have workbooks where you do enough of practice to make you prepared for the exam and to assess yourself. Then, as I was saying, that we do not limit as merely being a training or a coaching institution for that matter. I would say coaching institution for the people who coach students. I remain as a professional education institution. That's where we bring these additional elements to the education that we provide. So group projects is an essential part of your teaching here. So group projects, now you would be thinking that how are we going to make that happen in case of virtual learning or e-learning? So even in case of virtual or e-learning, we are going to combine you in a group of 4 to 5, and we are going to assign you a group. So what you will learn is a collaborative approach and understanding as in what are new things being done. Yeah. So group projects are going to be there. Then you have preview videos. So before every class, you will have a preview video. So preview video will give you a summary of what are we going to teach you tomorrow. So that if you see that quickly, you see everybody knows that kal class mein kya padhayenge, what are we going to teach you tomorrow. But then you hardly take that pen. But when I send you a quick video, you can watch it on your mobile. And tomorrow when you attend the class, you are far more prepared to take the understanding from the class, because you know that what am I going to teach you. Similarly, once the class is over, you get the class videos. Additionally, not only the class videos, you get a review video. So again, review video is a summary of what was done in the class. Quick capsule, right? So in 2 hours class, maybe if I just pick out the key elements, that would be for 30 minutes. So that's 30 minutes capsule, a review video. Yeah. And then you get online mock test. You get the access where you can go and do online mock test yourself, assess yourself, evaluate yourself, your understanding of these subjects, right? Then you get to do assignments, more like an MBA program, more like any master's program. Yeah, so that's what as I was saying, that's what the speciality we built in when we thought of teaching this new CFP program to you. Then yes, doubt clearing sessions. Not that you study with us and you are gone and it's over. No, it's not that. You study with us, and then there are doubt clearing sessions. So Kieran would be explaining to you later on as well. So now there would be exams probably once in a month. So now that there would be a predefined exam date, so we will be also arranging a doubt solving session every month for every level, every specialization, right? So where our faculties are going to help you live preparing last minute preparation for your exams. Yeah. So that's one. And then the second last thing, case studies for practice. So again, the focus goes back to developing a very practical learning. When you are doing CFP, the idea is not only to pass the exam. Idea is to turn out to be a qualified financial planner, a qualified personal finance professional. That comes only when you have a very practical understanding, only when you can use the concepts that you've studied in the class to a practical scenario, right? So we don't leave you in a way that you study, you qualify, you pass, and then you find out how to use it. What we're going to do here is we are going to do enough number of case studies with you, real life case studies that our faculty members, Madhuji and Madhusena and Dinesh Gupta, they have prepared over the years with real life cases, right? So you want to work on real life case studies, trying to solve case studies, getting a very practical understanding of how financial planning, wealth management, these investments, these areas are going to work in actual life scenario. And then at the end, yes, we have guest lectures. So we have guest lectures where we call industry experts, the reputed financial planners, the financial planners who have decades and decades of experience. We call them to, have an interactive session for a few hours. And that's not just once. That's done repeatedly 3-4 times during the class with different experts, different industry experts. Now, again, they bring a very practical exposure, very practical hands-on experience to you, right? It's not a typical classroom that happens. Yeah, so that's where we have built our speciality on the content front. Now, when you see these 10 blocks are the part of the study package that ICOFP offers you. How they are packaged is in classroom. If you join for classroom, you get all these 10 elements. If you join virtual, you get 8 elements. The last 2 case studies and guest lectures are not available in case of virtual. If you join e-learning, you get 6. The last 4 are not available in case of e-learning. Yeah, so that's how the different packages, different packaging has been done, where you can study with us with ICOFP for CFP program. Moving ahead, so as I was introducing the faculty, the Mumbai campus, Mumbai program head and Mumbai campus director Madhu Sinha, she is here with us today as well. If you have any queries, you can always raise. Glad enough to answer you. And then Professor Dinesh Gupta, he is again here today with us. Again, you can raise any questions that you have. He has been teaching CFPs, professionals, experts, as I said, you for more than a decade. Yeah. So, and then joined by other faculty members, Dr. Rishi Taparia, Neeraj Kushal, Rishi Mehra, and multiple other CFP, CFA, CA, CWA, these qualified professionals. Yeah. So now coming to the program, because as I said, I had 3 options to offer. So classroom, virtual, e-learning, and then there are going to be 3 specializations, right? The 1, 2, 3, and then the final specialization. So the 4 specializations are going to happen. So this is how the program has been structured at ICOFP for the best of the study materials. That at ICOFP we are going to offer you. This is how we have structured. So for classroom, if you enroll for the CFP program, the fee is 65,000. If you enroll for virtual classes, the fee is 55,000. If you enroll for e-learning, the fee is 40,000. That's how the fee is. But if you enroll for the 4 programs together, the fee is not 65, it is 55. You save 10,000. When you enroll for this program in virtual, the fee is 45. So you save 10K, and then if you enroll for e-learning, then you save 30, you pay 30,000, you save 10K, right? So level wise also you can enroll. You can enroll for, let's say you say, no, I want to enroll only for investment specialist certification right now. Okay, so you can do, that's level 1. So you can enroll for this much for classroom, this much for virtual, this much for e-learning, right? Later on, when level 2 also comes, you say, no, I want to do only level 2. So you can do that. You can do it for, you can come for level 2 for 15,000, or in classroom or virtual or e-learning as you wish, right? But the best thing to do is that you enroll for all program, because that saves you. Yeah. So, but that's not all. That's not all. I have a very special, because me and Kieran, Noel, we were talking that this is going to be the first batch of the new program. This is going to be the first batch, literally the first batch of the new program. So we said we need to introduce some introductory introductory offer, wherein you save, you come, you join, you start studying, you enroll, you multiply your career growth. Yeah. So we said for today, and this special fee is going to be only for today. Okay. So when I said today, it's only today. So classroom, virtual or e-learning, whatever you pick for the new program, again, I'm talking about for the new program, you are going to get a flat 50% off, a flat 50% off. So the classroom becomes for you 32,500, virtual 27,500, and e-learning for 20,000, right? Let me repeat, this is only and only for today. Yeah. That's not all. That's not all again. So that's not all. So yes, at ICOFP, we do have an extremely rare and extremely beneficial offering. That's a 0% student loan offering as well, right? For the CFP program, that's a very unique arrangement that we have. So there you can pay just 5,000, enroll for the program. For balance, it is easy interest-free installments, which we get you financed through a banking arrangement that we have. Yeah. So these are the offerings. This is the fee offering that you have. And this is, let me tell you again, this is only for today. Yeah. So that's all I had to share. You have my Delhi team number here, my Mumbai team number here, and of course the website here at the top. Many of you would be already having the numbers of my team already with you. So you can connect with them if you have any queries, any questions for that matter. Yeah. You.
Hello.
Karen, over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Rajesh and the ICOFP team. We really appreciate you hosting this webinar, and we appreciate everyone who's come to the call today. I think that now we'd be glad to open it up to a couple of questions. So I see a couple of hands raised. Please just raise your hand. And Rajat Singh.
Yeah, hello, Karen. Rajat
Yes.
here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so actually, I wanted to ask that I enrolled for a CFP exam in March. Like I make the payment in March, and I got the approved email from FPSB in April first week. So I'll be eligible for the previous curriculum exams or the new curriculum.
So if you have registered with FPSB through May 31st, then you'll be eligible for the Legacy 5 exam structure.
Okay, so basically
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So I made the payment before 31st May, but it takes around like 10 to 12 days to get the confirmation. So I got the confirmation in the first week of April. So I'll be eligible for that 5 legacy exams, right?
That's correct. And before I turn it over to the next person's question, I'll just say if anyone has kind of individual questions for their situation, please feel free to email our team here. You can email India CFP Certification at fpsb.org, and our team will be happy to get back to you.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That helps.
Thank you. And call on
Now the floor is open and you can unmute yourself. You can ask questions. Audience.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, Praveen Goyal, I wanted to ask one thing.
Fee of ICFP is too much. Like it is even more than the CFP registration fee. Like you know the current. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you?
If you have been called on, we really appreciate you muting your mic.
Hello.
Yeah, Praveen. Yeah, Praveen.
Yeah, I have enrolled myself in the year 2018, but I did not pursue the exam. So will that registration fee be adjusted now that I have already paid to FBSB USA, or I have to make a fresh one?
Is your registration still valid? Because 2018 you paid, I don't know. So you can write to India CFP and you can find out whether your registration is still valid or not. If it's not valid, then you will have to pay again. And if it's valid,
If it
then
is
yes, you
valid, then
can.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hello.
Rajesh. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Gaurav. Actually, I have a question.
Yeah, carry on.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, Gaurav, carry
What
on.
will be the passing percentage for the new curriculum exams which will be there? Like for the previous ones, I think it was 50%. What will be the new passing percentage?
Great question. Thank you for asking. We'll be opening up our first exams, as Rajesh mentioned. We'll be holding them once a month, and we've run through the exam and created it in collaboration with CFP professionals in India to help determine the weighting, the questions, down to the exact words. And I will say we have a sample size right now that we believe we know the passing score, but we're going to wait until we open this up to the first cohort to take the exam in a few months. And upon that cohort's data, we'll analyze and then determine the passing percentage. We didn't want to just determine a percentage 1 through 100 that suited us. We really want it to be based on valid student data.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, this is Udit.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, carry on, Udit.
Yeah, my question basically is like there are the 4 levels which were there, like the certified investment specialist and the tax planning and all. So if I finish off like let's say in this year I finish off the investment planning specialist, will I be kind of job ready to apply in that field, or do I need a full-time CFA degree only for that?
We do appreciate that this will bring employer recognition and client recognition. You will certainly, once you achieve that investment planning specialist certification, receive that badge that you can place on your LinkedIn and put on your resume as well and share with your clients. At this point in time, CFP certification has regulatory recognition. We will be seeking recognition for investment planning specialist at a later time from a regulatory standpoint.
And just one more question. Hello?
To just add to what Kieran said, so you see, one of the key USPs of the new certification is that when you complete your first level and you earn a certification of being an investment specialist, right? And that goes to prove that you are kind of a specialist in investments, equities, mutual funds, that area, right? So that becomes a kind of a valid certification for you, right? Yes. It's always better that you go on to complete all your certifications and you be a qualified CFP, because that's a full-fledged program at the end of the day. But then, yes, level 1, this completing even the investment specialist. As much as I know this industry over the last 20 years, I can tell you one thing, that this is going to help you extremely amazing way in your career as well. Yeah. And then Noel for sure can bring a lot of global perspective to it. He's here. He can always tell you as in
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, just
Hello.
tell your name and just say your query.
This is Guhan. One quick question that I have is, do we need an authorized education partner to go for the certification, or if I directly register in FPSB board and take those courses and materials there and study on my own, I should be able to take the exam?
Sure, great question. So there are 3 modes to achieve this specialist certification. One is a self-paced mode, that is access to the FPSB education material. One could move through that pathway and take the module test and then be eligible to take the exam. The second mode is with an authorized education provider, such as Manu and Rajesh and their team at ICOFP. As you saw from the slides earlier, they offer 10 elements in addition to what FPSB would offer, and they offer individualized teaching. So there's certainly a value add on what they're providing and a comprehensive solution for you. The third path would be if you had prior learning, you could seek recognition based on a list that we have available on our website, and you could seek to be granted in terms of having recognition of prior learning. Once granted, you could then move on to take the certification exam. So those are the 3 options that you may have.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yeah, go this side. Hello.
My question is, in March I just registered, and could I enroll myself into the new program? I mean, claiming the discount that you can offer today.
Rajesh?
No, I couldn't hear it. Your voice is very faint. Can you repeat that question again?
Rajesh, yeah. I just registered myself in March, but I've not registered myself in ICFP.
Okay.
However, could I enroll myself into the new program with the offer which you have just told today?
But tell me one thing, have you registered with FPSB for the old program, for the legacy program?
Not yet. I've not done it.
Not yet. Yeah, then you can go for the new program. For sure, yes, you can do it today.
How do I do it? You said the program
do
is
I know your
only
name?
for today.
Can I know your name? Jairam.
Yeah.
Jairam, at the end of the slide, could you see my number over there, my team's number over there?
Okay, you want me to call you back?
Or else we will call you back if you can just help me with your name. Jairam, what is your full name? Jairam?
Jairam Ake.
Okay, so we will call you back today itself. In next 10-15 minutes, you will get a call back from my team. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
This is Kunika. So my question is that I have registered for the older program which you have, and through that challenge pathway. So I want to understand from the FPSB representative here that what is the difference, and is it more valuable to have the certification under the new program because it bifurcates and it like differentiates each and every part, or to have a combined degree where you have all the 4 parts in one?
Sure. So the ultimate CFP certification has the same rigor and the same standards, regardless of whether you receive it today or whether you receive it in a year under the new pathway to certification. And so if you have already registered in the former legacy program, then that's perfectly acceptable in terms of the ultimate end goal of CFP certification.
Okay, and another thing is, what about the job opportunities? As in, it gives you an edge over the other people in the company. But still, what is the advantage that you have if you go to the new program instead of the old one?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I heard the question. I believe that you were asking about.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I'm asking about that. So the older program which you have, there you clear the exam and you get the degree at once. And now the program which you have bifurcated a specialization in each and every sections of the program which you earlier had different modules. So which is more beneficial from that perspective, I want to ask.
So I will say one of the reasons that we made that decision to, as you said, bifurcate is that we really want to acknowledge the milestones along the way and the individual subject matter topics that you're learning, which we do believe adds value incrementally as you're going up to CFP certification. You can additionally say that you are an investment planning specialist or a tax and retirement planning specialist, for example. Noel, if you had anything to add in, please do so.
Yeah, Kieran and everybody on the call, I would say one of the things we'll be doing this year is meeting with what were formerly the chartered firm members. So we have a list of 40 to 50 firms that we're meeting with to explain how they can take their employees on this journey to CFP certification. So as Kieran said, the end result, the CFP certification, regardless of path, will be equally recognized. But this is an opportunity that we haven't had before in India, whereby as people are moving through the program, they can start to get recognition and support from their firms as well. So we really see it as an opportunity of just acknowledging people that are committed to the journey to CFP certification.
So,
hello.
Can you hear me? Hello, Kieran.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, just tell me your question.
So my name is Varga and I am.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Say your name and say your question.
Hello. Yeah,
Put
this
your
is
name,
Prerna.
say your question.
Yeah, this is Prerna. So I had one question. In this new pathway, when how much year of experience is required to to start your own practice as a CFP?
Great. So at the CFP certification level, we will effectively be maintaining the same experience requirements that we have had to date. You can find those on our website at india.fpsb.org. slash experience. Effectively.
Hello, this is Ankita.
Yes, please.
I just wanted to know how this like program is given in previous lots of topics might be new or up to date. The knowledge. How do we update ourselves, or how will this like how will we get more help from FPSB?
I believe that the question referred to updating our knowledge.
Yes, we had I had given exam in the previous syllabus or the not the newer one.
So we have looked at the previous syllabus and mapped it to our current competency profile. And we invite you to review to the competency profile to understand the updated syllabus. In terms of the support that you have, we referenced earlier the textbooks that FPSB has, as well as the interactive courses and the practice questions along the way. And Rajesh and his team also reviewed the extensive educational content that they provide to update your knowledge.
Okay. So will we have to go through the exams again to update ourselves?
I have one question.
Yeah, we can take this question. Kieran, can we take a couple of more questions? This one and then maybe probably one more.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Sir, my name is
Hello.
and my question is for Mr. Rajesh.
My question is.
Mr. Rajesh, if you can go on mute, there was someone speaking just before you.
Hello. Yeah, Kieran, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Sure.
Someone is muting my microphone again and again. I'm trying to speak something. Hello. Can I speak, ma'am?
So I'm just going to call on someone who has their hand raised because I'm not sure who's trying to speak right now. I'm going to call on Joe. I see you have your hand raised and you're on mute, Joe.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm Joe calling from Punjab. Actually, my query is that I have registered in October last year for challenge status. So I want to go for this examination. So when can I sit for the examination, ma'am?
Sure. And after you've asked your question, if you can go on mute.
Okay, ma'am.
So thank you. So I believe the question was that Joe has already registered as a challenge status in the legacy program. Joe will be able to take his exam 5 and move on to CFP certification. Right now, due to the situation, our exam center at NSC is closed. We anticipate and hope that they will open up June 7th for Joe and others to take their exams. I'm just going to call maybe one more person, and I'm looking at Lalit Kumar.
Hello.
Go off mute and ask your question, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, my name is Lalit Kumar and my question is for Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh ji.
Yeah, tell me, Lalit.
सर मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाह रहा था, मैंने अपना CFP 2009 में ICOFP से ही कंप्लीट कर चुका था विद ऑल एग्जाम्स, बट मैंने FPSB में CFP मार्क के लिए रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं लिया था, तो मुझे अभी CFP मार्क के लिए एग्जाम दोबारा देना होगा कि मुझे उसी वाले एग्जाम से मार्क मिल जाएगा, CFP मार्क मिल जाएगा?
ललित, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली बिकॉज आपने एग्जाम पूरा दिया है तो आई बिलीव नहीं देना पड़ेगा, बट स्टिल I have taken note of your name. And FPSB India head Alok is also there on this. So we anyways confirm with Alok again. Yeah, Dinesh ji, आप कुछ बता रहे हैं?
I think there is a limit of 7 years after completing, exam, last module. Within 7 years, it is valid. After 7 years, you need to give exam again, as per my knowledge.
So let us check with FPSB India team itself. Yeah, Lalit ji. So Lalit, I have taken note of your name. I'll talk to Alok and his team, and we'll come back to you.
Hello.
Kieran, can we take this last question? Divya, she has been trying for long. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello, this is Rahul.
Hi,
Hello.
hi, this is Divya.
Go
I
ahead.
have a query since I wanted to join the webinar since beginning, but I couldn't join. So my question to the concerned person who always tries me for this course, my question is this: since I am working in a bank, I'm already associated as a wealth manager. What profile I'll be looking forward post completion of this course? Like in exactly what profile do you provide the campus placement or the campus what do you call campus take?
Okay. You see, as you said, you are already working with a bank as a wealth manager, right?
Yes.
So the way this CFP certification is going to help you is, in fact, multiplying your career growth. So if your growth speed at the moment is X, so you can probably be becoming 5X or 10X. Yeah.
I agree to your point, but see, just to brief you, I am a MBA in finance already, and I am into a wealth profile of a bank, wherein we are more into the sales, right? Selling of the financial products and cross selling according to the needs of the clients. So I am even not looking forward to a sales job either. I'm looking forward to a advisory role, or you can say something into the credit profile.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So this program in a way is going to help you develop skills in financial planning and financial advice.
I just request.
Yeah, Divya, I'm telling you that this program, CFP certification and the CFP academic, the knowledge that you gain here is going to help you in financial planning, financial advisory for that matter. CFP is no ways related to sales. Yeah, it's more about financial planning, the wealth management, the back end part of it, the advisory part of it, right? So that's what, if your goal is somewhere to get into the planning or advisory side, then yes, this will be the right path for you.
Okay, but just to tell you, whenever it's in my entire career, in my 2 years of career, this is the second bank where I am, right? Generally in banking profile, they do not do advisory role. They are more into sales.
Can I request others to go on mute, please? We are not able to hear what Divya is saying. Divya, can you repeat?
Yeah, I am just saying, since you provide the campus assistance to the banks as well. Talking about the bank part, since I have been associated with the banks for now 2 years, banks में क्या होता है? They go for the sales role. They do not go for the advisory role, because you have certain goals, you have certain targets assigned to you which need to be accomplished.
Divya, ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning, this was established by, we are part of Bajaj Capital Group. Okay, Bajaj Capital, as you know, so you are in the financial industry, so you must have heard of Bajaj Capital. Bajaj Capital is one of the most respected financial industry players, the wealth management firms in India for 57 years. So I emphasize again, 57 years. So imagine the kind of network that we as an institution have built in the industry over the 57 years, 5 decades. Yeah, it's not a joke. So the kind of industry network that we have built, yes. So for sure, when you qualify a CFP, when you pass CFP, we connect you to that network. We bring you into that network, a strong network of 12,000 plus financial professionals that we as a college would have developed over the years, over the decades. Yeah. So we bring you into that network. And by virtue of that, yes, you kind of, whether you want to get into the financial planning advisory side or you want to be a financial entrepreneur, you want to maybe probably be becoming a financial planner on your own. Yeah. So all the paths are open. We help you network. We help you reach the career goal that you want to pursue.
Okay. Thank you so much for your quick answers.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining here. And
Hello,
very special thanks to Noel.
Excuse me.
About his time.
Looking at
Hello,
the
this is
number of
Rahul.
questions that we have, I know Kieran and Noel are already may have pre-commitments. Can I request the ICOFP team to take 10 more questions from the audience? Maybe, if Kieran and Noel have commitments, they could continue. But if the ICOFP team could take 10 more questions, that would, really put the audience's angst at ease.
Yes, for sure, we can.
Request the ICFP team to do that?
Yeah, for sure, we can. And then I have my other faculty members as well here to help answer all the questions. Thank you so much, Karen and Noel, for joining us. Thank you.
Karen, and thank you, Noel. It was a great session. I think a lot of our queries have been put to ease with this session. And the kind of gap that was highlighted in the session is amazing. Like, we have only less than 2,000 CFPs here in India, whereas the requirement is so high. So the need for financial planners with the right kind of education is very, very important.
Great. And I would just say, ICFP, thank you very much for giving Kieran and me the opportunity to chat with you. We are delighted that you're one of our authorized education providers, and delighted at the level of interest in people coming on this journey on the new path to CFP certification. So I'm sure we'll be connecting lots more over the coming months. But again, from my side, I'd say thank you, Kieran. I don't know if you have any parting remarks.
Sure. I would also like to thank Manu and Rajesh and your team as well so much for joining, and everyone today for joining and sharing your interest. If you have individual questions pertaining to FPSB, don't hesitate to email us, and also look at our website. We're excited to launch this program on June 1st, and of course you can enroll with Rajesh and his team today. So thank you so much, everyone.
Great.
Have
Thank
lovely
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye now. Bye.
Thank you, Noel. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
सर मेरा लिंक टूट गया था, तो मैं अपने क्वेश्चन का आंसर सुन नहीं पाया था। ललित कुमार गर्ग मेरा नाम है। मैंने बोला था कि मेरा एग्जाम ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड था 2009 का, लेकिन मैंने अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं कराया था, तो मुझे एग्जाम दोबारा देना पड़ेगा।
Lalit sir, Rajesh ji already has given your answer. We will check with the FPSB whether whether you need to reappear the examination or not.
तो सर
आपको
मुझे
दोबारा
राजेश जी
से
का
देना
नंबर मिल
सर
पाएगा जिससे मैं
2009
Lalit, I have taken note of your name. My team will connect with you. Will take more information from you, as in your number, your registration number, etc. We will check with FPSB and we'll come back to you. That's a promise. Rest assured. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Carry on.
Hello, sir. This is Rahul from MP. Sir, my question is that if I will done this course at CFP, so what is the job opportunity? What is the job opportunity after done this courses?
Rahul, CFP is a certification which leads you to careers in personal finance space. So when I say personal finance space, essentially to banking, wealth management, investment planning, right, investment advisory, anything which is related to the, because when Kieran was explaining you the curriculum, you would have seen that the program comprises of investments, taxation, wealth management, real estate, legacy planning, risk management, insurance. So the entire personal financial management is what is covered in this. Yeah. So if you have your somewhere on the career path, if you have these as the career goals, then yes, this program is for you.
Yes, sir. So I have already take a financial advisory. I think LIC agencies and health HDFC Ergo also. So can I apply for this courses, and I wanted to choose a pathway program because I have already done 9 years of experience in accounting field in the solar industry. So I have last month resigned for this for the previous my industry. So I have knowledge of 9 years of experience in a solar field and accounting field. So can I join the
challenge status? Actually, sir, he wants to know whether he can join for challenge status or not.
You see, your knowledge of insurance or you being associated with SDFC Ergo's offering insurance products for so many years is going to help you in your this specifically that level 3 where you have insurance to study, right? So that's going to help you. Now coming back to whether you are eligible for the challenge status or not. See, challenge status is something that's gone with the previous model, the previous framework. In the new pathway, the challenge status as such does not exist. What exists is an education exemption. You will be exempted from the education, but you have to take exams, right? So studying is something that you will get exempted, but you will have to appear at all these 4 exams, level 1, level 2, level 3, and the final exam as well. You have to pass. That's mandatory. Yeah, so in a way, challenge status is gone. In a way. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Hello.
Yeah, Chandni.
Yeah, I have a doubt. You explained the fee structure like 55,000 for virtual class, right?
Right.
Yeah, is this the whole fee structure, or we have other than this any registration, examination fees? Can you explain the whole fee structure?
Yeah, I'll come back to that. So you see, this is the fee structure with ICOFP, Chandni, right?
Okay.
So other than this, what you pay is FPSB registration and exams and books. Okay. Now in the new pathway, FPSB has made compulsory for you for books as well. You have to enroll and pay for books.
Okay.
Right. So that's in the new pathway. Now registration, yes, registration to FPSB is something that you will have to do. That's one. Then the books, but then books you won't have to pay all combined. You can pay one level wise, level 1, level 2 that way. Then examination fee again you can pay level wise. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the final certification fee. Once you complete all this and you qualify CFP as well, then you have to pay final $120 to earn your CFP certification.
Okay. And one more question. Is there any placement you will provide like after the certification?
So I was explaining it to Divya, I believe that you see, we have been promoted. We are a part of Bajaj Capital Group, which is one of India's largest wealth management firms, one of India's largest wealth management companies, and that's for 57 years. So by virtue of our parent company being in the industry for 57 years, the kind of industry relationships, industry linking that we have developed is amazing, and that powers us to put you into the network of the wealth managers, the CFPs, the qualified professionals, the banks, and the other places where you can explore your career. Yeah. So we do help you. We do help you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I have a quick question.
On the last slide, I am putting this last slide on display deliberately because I have my numbers here for Delhi and Mumbai both. So even if you are not, you may be from Hyderabad or Chennai or any other city, you can call on either of these numbers. Yeah. Yeah. Carry on. The next question, please.
Yeah, Rajesh,
Hello,
Prerna this
sir.
side. So, hello.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, so I am already in touch with one of your agents for this program. So what he informed me was that once we enroll with ICOFP, you will be filling with FPSB for our registrations. We would be paying fee of course, but I would want to know: do we have to go additionally to FPSB for registration, or it can be routed through your institute?
Okay. So first thing, I do not have agents at all. I have Delhi and Mumbai campus and smaller centers at the other cities like Chennai and other places, but I do not have agents. Yeah. So so that's one. Second, yes, if somebody from my team would have called you or would have given you the information, about the program. So that's fine. But then coming back to your question, so FPSB registration is something that you have to do on your own. We can help you, we can guide you if you face any problems with getting the payment links or getting the confirmation, etc. Yes, for sure we will coordinate with FPSB board and we'll get it done. But the payment is something that you do, not that we do, because what we take from you is only for the teaching, the delivery, the academic delivery that happens.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not talking about the payment over here. So what your team told me was that. Hello?
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so what your team told me was that I have to give my IDs and everything to your team, and then on my behalf they will be registering, they will be filling form or whatever the registration procedure is. They would be doing it on the FPSB platform. So that is what I'm inquiring about.
Yeah, registration we can do. Registration is not a problem. As far as filling the form, doing the logistic work is due, yes, we can do. That's not a problem. But then that again, I would say it's not that difficult filling the form and all. So you can do it yourself as well. If you need help, yes, my team would love to do it for you. Not a problem.
Okay, and one more question I have. What is the involvement of NISM in this complete CFP program? If you can just tell upon.
So NISM, see, the only involvement with NSE in this CFP certification is that NSE conducts the examination, right? Otherwise, NSE in no ways has any interference with the CFP, the FPSB board or CFP certification or the delivery in any ways at all.
Okay, thank you.
So they are the examination partners, I can say, of FPSB.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, carry on.
Hello, sir. Yeah, Shweta here.
Yeah.
I have registered under the challenge status pathway, and I wanted to know that in regards to helping with placements, is CFP the certification required, or will you help us even after clearing the exam itself? And one more thing, do you even help with the CFP getting the CFP certification after passing the exam?
See, once you pass the exam, yes, the CFP certification awaits you with that certain experience criteria that's there. But then, to be honest, once you qualify the exams and you earn the CFP badge, the certification may come later, that's fine. But then, even passing the exam helps you get to the right place, get to the place where you want to be in your career. Yeah, so trust me, that's more than enough for you to get into and begin your career. As far as we helping you is concerned, yes, I answered it twice that by virtue of the network that we developed, we're going to help you get into that and help you in the best possible manner to get placed.
So that follow-up question to the question that the person before me asked, Kunika here. So the question is that the CFP mark that you have to apply for and pay for the membership with the FPSB. So is that necessary if you are doing a corporate job and you get placed, or that is not necessary? Just qualifying the exam is enough.
Okay. You see,
if I'm not doing my own individual practice and just working in a company, what would be required? And if vis-a-vis, if someone is setting up their own individual firm or a setup, what would difference?
Okay. Yeah, understood. You see, when Noel was giving you the presentation, you had explained you at some point of time that there are 1900 CFP professionals in India in the stats, right? Where you had country flags and these stats coming in. Now, you see, the fact is, India has around approximately 8,000 CFP qualified professionals. The people who have qualified exams. The 1900 is the count of people who have renewed their licenses year on year, right? So, meaning to say, why I'm telling you that fact is because people earning CFP certification once, that itself becomes so much emphasizing and so much powerful in their career that many of them do not even tend to renew it later unless and until they are going into their own practice of financial planning. Yeah, that happens. So you don't actually, in true senses, as far as the corporate or the industry requirement is, they don't need that you are carrying that you are renewing it every year on year. But then yes, what they need you is that you have the right education, right knowledge, right skill, not only the certification. Yeah.
So thank you, sir.
Yeah, Gaurav here. Actually, as the certifications will be coming separately with each module with the introduction of the new curriculum. So, like, there will be any fees separately for the separate certifications which will be coming, or there will be a final fees only for the final certification?
Okay, as far as the certification fee is concerned, it's not applicable for all the levels. It's only there for the final level. Okay, examination fee is there for each level.
And is there any increment in the examination fee in comparison to the previous curriculum which was there?
Okay, so the new examination fee is $61 per module per level L1, L2, L3, level 1, 2, 3, and $122 for the final CFP module, level 4.
Okay, so it is like more than the previous one, I think.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
If I qualify
Hello.
the exams of for how many years the certification will be valid?
See, you are supposed to get it renewed every year, right? But as I answered earlier, that majority of the CFP professionals don't even bother about renewing, because just qualifying the exam, passing the exam, and getting the certification helps them gives them the push in the career that they need, and then they even don't bother about renewing it. That's the fact. Yeah, but then ideally, yes, you should renew it.
Hello.
Yeah.
For the renewal.
Come again. No, there are two persons speaking at the same time. Can you come one by one?
Sir, yes, if you want to renew your certification, you have to pay certain fees. I think around $70.
No, in the new certification, that's $120 only, Dineshji.
$120. Okay. $120.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you can speak one by one. Not a problem.
Okay. Thank you. So this is
Hello. Can I go ahead? Hello.
Yes, Akhilesh Joshi.
Yeah. I just wanted to know, can I opt for the old syllabus now?
Before
Hello?
31st May.
See, the old syllabus, old curriculum registration with FPSB ends on 30th May. And considering that it takes around 7-8 days time to get the payment link and all that, so actually it's going to probably end today or tomorrow or whatever. After that, it's not advisable. After that, then you should go for the new curriculum only, new syllabus only. Yeah, because you don't have choice after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what prompts you to think about going to the old curriculum? Are you eligible for challenge status?
No. So I have actually opted for the old syllabus only, but I have not yet registered. So
Yeah,
I just was thinking that the new syllabus would be okay, would be sufficient for the new, or old would be the fine. So now I am thinking the old portion would be the same.
Old, you can take a choice. The final certification, CFP certifications remains equivalent. It is just that here you have level-wise certification, right? That makes
Correct.
it, I mean, I was telling it to Noel the other day that makes it truly the world's only 4-in-1 certification program. In one program, you get 4 certifications. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, carry on.
राजेश जी, ललित बोल रहा हूँ। तो मैं अभी मीटिंग से लीव हो रहा हूँ, तो प्लीज़ मुझे आप अपनी तरफ से मेरी क्वेरी का आंसर दीजिएगा, क्योंकि फिर टाइम नहीं बचेगा मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा।
Lalit ji, your email ID is lalit03garg@gmail.com. You are from Firozabad. I have your number, everything with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by the
Thank you, sir.
time I was talking to you, my team has already pulled out all the details. They are going to connect with you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, sir. This is Vaibhav from Nagpur.
Yeah, Vaibhav.
Sir, my question is to you. If I enroll for a classroom program, so there, what kind of classes available? What is the time slot, and is there any hostel facility for the program?
Yes, Vaibhav. As I was saying, that we do have we do offer BBA, Masters and Postgraduate Diploma program. It is not that we are only offering CFP. So because of that, yes, we have hostel tie-ups and all other arrangements that any typical large college is supposed to have. So we have all that arrangements. So you can always come. But then trust me, virtual class is also equally as effective. Equally as effective. Yeah. So you can have a choice of virtual versus classroom the way you, whatever you find suitable for you.
Sir,
But yes, we can help you finding the hostel and with our existing hostel tie-ups itself. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I just wanted to inquire one thing that after what is the due course lead time for this course?
When you say lead time, you mean to say the time of completion?
Yeah, accordingly.
Okay. You see, it takes roughly around 4.5, 5 months for you to go through all the 4 modules, all the 4 levels, I should say. But then, please understand that the way CFP program, this new CFP program is being launched, as of now, only level 1 is launched. Yeah. Level 2 is going to be launched somewhere in July, Okay. So you, at least for next 1.5 months, even if my faculty is over with teaching you level 1, they can move to level 2 because level 2 will be launched somewhere in July. Yeah?
Fine.
So yes, first batch, the time taken may be slightly longer, minimum till September, because the final CFP module level 4 is going to be launched in September only. But yes, next time it becomes quicker.
And what if we have some doubts in that? Because if I go for no virtual learning or no classrooms, so what is the other option? If I have any doubts or anything, so what is the next possibility that I can just clear my doubts?
Okay. So in e-learning, so when I was explaining this, let me come back here. Okay. So in e-learning, you saw that there is no doubt clearing session. Yeah. That's probably you're asking. Okay. So in e-learning, what happens is you get a chat connect. We have a beautiful chat connect system where you get connected with the faculties, the program heads. Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever queries you have, you can write in the chat box. It goes to the program heads and the faculties, and they answer you. So the doubt session happens there, but it happens that way. There is no specific doubt clearing session that happens.
So you help out to clear the exams and everything also.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah. So I would like.
I was also emphasizing the education material that we offer is far more comprehensive. It's not just one textbook. It is a package of a bundle of things which bring you a very different experience, a very practical exposure, and make you eligible for the exam as well as a practical learning. Yeah.
So I would like to enroll for that. So whatever offer you are given for today, so
can
your
I know
team
your
can.
name?
I am Rajesh Banushali, but my wife wants to enroll for that. So Preeti Banushali, she is also hearing that. So Preeti Banushali wants to enroll for this CFP course.
Okay, perfect. So no worries, Rajesh. No worries, Rajesh. My team will connect with you. They will connect with you in next 10-15 minutes itself. I have taken note of it.
Please. Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you for
Good
answering.
evening, Rajesh. This is Gaurav here.
Yeah. Yes, Gaurav,
Rajesh,
carry on.
I hope. Cool. Just you touched upon the challenger thing. So basically, if one is eligible for the challenger status, and as per the new pathway, does that still holds true? Is that option still available?
No. So as I was explaining you that in the new pathway, the challenge status, for that matter, in all practical senses, challenge status no more exists. Why? Because in the new pathway, level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4, you don't get exemption from the exam. What you get exempted is from education. That means you won't need to study with me, or you don't need to study with any other education provider, or you won't need to study the program that FPSB has given you online. But you will have to appear at the exam. There is no exemption on exam. Yeah.
And what is the how fast-paced that could be? Like, can you take the exams one after another, or is there some kind of a time period one has to look into it?
Okay. So as I was quoting earlier, that now exams would happen once in a month. Yeah. So once in a month means it will at least take you 4 months to clear all the 4 levels.
Yeah.
Correct. So
yeah,
that's the time. Even going with a normal pathway without claiming any education exemption, you can do it.
One thing which I want to ascertain here is like, in a general course of time for a person who is non-challenger and he's taking the course by the rhythm of the classes and the certificate, what is the time period would be involved? Would it be the same? Or, because as I touched upon that we have 3 patterns or rather 4 patterns of the learning rhythm. So if that learning rhythm is on, and if a person is really attentive and really sharp and dedicated towards the objective, what would be the ideal situation to your experience, once the candidate would be able to get through?
Hello.
Yeah, I hope Rajesh, you were able to hear me.
Hello. Hello.
Dineshwar, can I direct this question to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello,
Well,
sir.
I just rephrase it. So, vis-a-vis a challenger or a normal candidate, what would be an ideal time frame to get to complete
Guys,
the
I'm
entire
Rajesh
curriculum?
here again. My laptop has somehow switched off. Yeah, so I'm back here on my mobile. I am ready to take
Glad
your
to have you
questions.
back.
I'm here to answer you. Yeah, carry on.
Hello.
So, Rajesh, I just put the question once again. I was trying to compare, what would be the time period involved if you are following the regular rhythm to get through the entire curriculum. If a person is really dedicated and putting his work to it, and so the way I wanted to have that answer is that, irrespective of the fact, as you stated, be it a challenger, it will take 4 months, right, to arrive onto the final exam. So if a person, instead of going ahead for the challenger, is actually going step by step with the learning rhythm, brushing up the old concepts, would that be the advisable path?
You see, as I was explaining you earlier, first of all, I'm so sorry. My laptop got switched off, so I am back here on my mobile now. You see,
No
as I
worries.
was explaining you earlier, that the new pathway, anyways, you have to appear at all the 4 exams. Yeah, it is just that you are skipping the education. So it is always advisable. Why not do a quick brush up of those education modules, do some online test, and then appear at the exam? One, that reduces your probably it can help you scoring better in the exam. Two, it can probably again help you do a recap of what you already know. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what we advise you.
So what could be the time involved? Would it lengthen the process, or would it still remain same? Because we need to follow a path, we need to follow a process, a system rather. So you have a
No,
learning
your
program, and yeah.
see your time to complete the certification or pass the certification remains the same. It doesn't get affected. Why? Because as I was saying that anyways you have to appear at all the exams. Actually, exams will be once in a month only. So minimum 4 months are
Yeah.
anyways going to be invested. Yeah. So it will not impact your time to pass.
Absolutely fine. And
Sir, but
another thing.
excuse me,
Hello.
4th level will be introduced in the month of September, October. So it will take almost 6 to 7 months. Six months, you can say. So May is
Noted.
going to be end over, right? So June, July, August, September, October, November, you can consider 5 to 6 months to complete your CFP.
Yeah.
Another
Whether
thing
you go for challenger mode
which is
or
there
you
is, yeah, I think Dinesh, I got it. Thank you so very much for that. Another thing, since the classroom mode of education is being talked about, and as we know, we are all in unprecedented times currently. I think this is something which is not that viable option. So, how exactly we are seeing we can actually add value to our virtual program, because I think that scores higher, and it saves times and effort. So, what is the thought process? Is it there something in consideration? How exactly we can look ahead?
So even while even before the lockdown got announced, I'm happy to share that not only the CFP program, all our programs, the BBA, the Masters, the PGDFP, all these programs we were online with, and we started delivering the programs, the classes online. We do conduct these classes on Microsoft Teams using the best of technology, offering you assignments, projects, everything which is which is being done online. Yes, the only thing that you miss is the classroom, but otherwise everything is being done using these latest technology platforms. Yeah, so we are cognizant of the fact that this situation may probably continue maybe another 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, God knows. So we are prepared for that, and that's why we insist on using these tools, using these technology platforms, and that we have been using for years.
Got it. Because it leaves very limited difference between the classroom and the virtual, barring those two modules. One is the case study and another thing. So I was trying to see that, between both of them, what to choose given the current times. So that's one.
My personal suggestion would be that you can always go for virtual if that's the case, right? But if somewhere down the line, if you think that no, maybe the lockdown may open in 1 month, and then I want the benefits of studying in a classroom, then yes, you should go for classroom. Yeah, so it's
So we
absolutely
have
your
that.
choice.
Okay, so we have that flexibility. One can graduate to the classroom model once if things are back to normal.
To be honest, we don't put such restrictions on these students. Our as an academic institution, we always keep saying, and my faculty members Dinesh and Madhu, they always keep saying, see, our idea is to bring the best education to you. We can't restrict that you can't move from here to here. So yes, those things can always be done, accommodated. Yeah.
Okay, that answers my query. And the last part, I think, will not take much time, but I think for the better benefit of the audience, how's been the success rate for us, the students with the institute so far vis-a-vis the independent, coaches, which we see very prominent these days?
Okay. So half of these independent coaches whom you see very prominent these days have actually gone ahead to be taught by some of the faculty members who are here. So my other fellow faculty member Madhu was there, Madhu Sinha from Mumbai, who is the program head and the campus director at Mumbai. So she is the grand lady of CFP education. She has probably she has contributed, I believe, more than 50 odd CFP coaches to the industry. Yeah, who claim to be coaches today were some point of time her students. Second thing, let us also understand this fact that FPSB board all the way coming and saying that we're going to launch this program with ICOFP in India, and not only this time, even the first time when the program came, the CFP certification came to India, was done with us. And this time again, when the new program came, it was done with us, right? So that speaks of the credibility, the teaching, the delivery, the faculty, and the edge that we build, right? So the only difference is the coaches work in a very hyper local environment. So if I'm a coach, I can probably network with 10, 15 people. I can go to my social page. I can write any damn thing there because I have the freedom. I can write my pass rate is 90%, right? As a coach. But as an institution, I believe in proving my credentials to the market, not going and writing that my pass rate is 90%. But then this question, if you would have asked when FPSB guys were here, they would have said you that yes, if ICFP has the highest pass rate in the country.
That's quite a testimonial. Thank you so very much, Rajesh, and wish you all great evening ahead.
Thank you. Can I know your name?
Gaurav Chadha.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Gaurav ji. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Any more questions, guys? Any more questions from the audience?
Rajesh, this is Harvinder. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Harvinder.
Acha, sorry I joined late, but I have one or two queries, basic queries. So one, since there is a new curriculum which has come, so is it at par? So let's say somebody who is taking a CFP exam in US and somebody who's taking a CFP exam in India, is it now at par or same, or is it different?
Okay. So the key difference when you look at the new CFP program and the curriculum, the syllabus, then you will see is every single module that you are going to study, every single subject that you are going to study is divided into global module and Indian module. Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is that curriculum this time brings very in-depth global elements to it. Yeah, so the curriculum has been designed in such a way that it brings you a very global exposure. But yes, at the same time, if tomorrow, maybe 3 years down the line, 2 years down the line, you want to move to US or Canada and you want to go and practice there, then you will have to check with the FPSB USA, that country's board, or FPSB Canada, as in for migration from there to there, you will have to probably write one exam. Yeah, so generally that exam is of taxation. Generally, that exam is of taxation because the taxation rules and laws differ from country to country. Yeah, but then yes, the certification remains valid across those 27 countries.
So is there any possibility wherein I can do it right now being in India? If in case I want to explore something outside India, is it possible that I do CFP or I write exam here and I do that, take that exam, let's say Canada as a country?
See, you can. I mean, I have your number, Harvinder. I can check it with the FPSB, and you can tell me the country because we need to check with that country's board too, as in what is the policy, because that changes across different countries. Yeah. So, which country are you planning to go to?
So maybe since you have my numbers, I will not ask your number because I'm sure at your convenience somebody from your office will call me. So
for sure, yes.
Someone can update me and guide me on what is the curriculum like. One, because as you said that the first would be out and the second would take some time. So I think the first is investment specialist. And if someone can also share the content detail, if not the entire syllabus chapter by chapter, but at least the content detail, what all is there, the 4 modules which are being launched in India.
For sure, yes, we will.
So that it helps me to take a call in first week of June itself.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Harvinder.
Hello.
Yeah, carry on. Tell me your name and then your question, please.
Yeah, my name is Preeti.
Yeah.
अगर मैं ऑनलाइन ई लर्निंग लेती हूँ पाथ तो भी मेरे डाउट सॉल्व करना और प्लस ई लर्निंग में और वर्चुअल और क्लासरूम में भी मेरा जो कंटेंट जो मुझे सीखना है वो सेम ही रहेगा ना?
See, the content will not change. What will change is the package. So as I was telling, आपको जैसे मैंने दिखाया था स्लाइड पर भी कि जो आपका क्लासरूम का है उसके अंदर you get 10 elements in the package, right? Whereas virtual में you get 8 elements in the package. In e-learning you get 6 elements in the package. But वो जो 6 एलिमेंट है वो 6 एलिमेंट सेम रहेंगे, वो 6 एलिमेंट नहीं बदलेंगे, right?
Okay. And that will work for my exam only, na?
Yeah, that will work for your exam. But then, to be honest, Preeti, e-learning is advisable if you have a bit of prior experience from any of these, maybe from the financial products or financial industry, or you have some prior certifications like CA, etc. Why? Because why I'm saying this, because e-learning is more of a self-paced learning, right?
Right.
So one assumes that yes, I will go through the videos, I'll go through the books and learn. But then a faculty coming and teaching, that to a faculty like Madhu Sinha and Dinesh ji coming and teaching, they bring a completely different perspective. Trust me, over the years, over the decades, they have. I mean, just now I quoted that कम से कम 50 तो उनके पढ़ाए हुए बच्चे आज CFP कोच क्लेम करते हैं अपने आप को.
Yeah,
right?
I can understand.
So they bring a very different perspective. So
Yeah,
I would say. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I can understand, but we have limitations. Na? With doing job, I want this certification.
Sunday classes.
Yeah, so virtual is anyways a weekend. So that if you can manage, or else yes, e-learning you can always go for. Not a problem.
Okay. Virtual are also Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday.
It's not daily basis.
It's not daily. It's Saturday, Sunday. See, the programs have been designed, the delivery have been designed keeping in mind that we get professionals like you. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah. Then मतलब जो क्लासरूम में सिखाया जाएगा वही मैं ऑनलाइन वर्चुअल में सीखूंगी.
Yes.
Right? मतलब अभी जैसे हम लोग की at present हमारी जैसे मीटिंग चल रही है वैसे मेरा क्लास चालू होगा.
Absolutely yes. ऐसे ही चालू होगा.
And the timing will be.
आप बीच में अपने डाउट्स भी पूछ सकते हैं मैम. जब क्लास होगी तो यू कैन रेज, यू कैन चैट कि भाई मेरे को ये डाउट है, प्लीज रिपीट द कॉन्सेप्ट. तो फैकल्टी एट द सेम टाइम आपका क्या है कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. जब तक क्या सभी के स्टूडेंट्स के कंसेप्ट क्लियर नहीं होते हम आगे नहीं जाते हैं, क्योंकि ईच एंड एवरी स्टूडेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस.
Right. Okay, and this will not facility will be not in e-learning.
No, e-learning is the self-recorded video where it is this. वो जो है ना प्रीति जी, that's more of a DIY kind of a learning. Do it yourself. आपको video, books सब कुछ मिल गया. You do it yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the support is there, but in terms of chat.
और प्रीति जी सैटरडे को भी सेकंड हाफ में हम लेक्चर रखते हैं, और संडे क्या है पूरा दिन ही मान के चलेगा 4 से 5 घंटे. बट सैटरडे वी शेड्यूल क्लासेस इन सेकंड हाफ ओनली.
Okay. Right. Very much effective is virtual training, right?
As compared to e-learning.
Preferably e-learning से virtual training ज़्यादा preferable है.
Absolutely.
Obviously yes.
Okay. ठीक है. I will think about it. Thank you. Really thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
Hello, Rajesh ji.
हाँ जी.
Hello, Rajesh ji. Rajesh ji, I want to ask that if someone has already registered with FPSB and have given one or two exams for one or two modules with the old curriculum I'm talking about, and now as March 2021 is the deadline by which they have to clear all the exams. So if at all someone is not going to clear all the exams by that time, then what is going to happen? Like all the exams will be nullified which they have passed, or as they have to actually register with the new curriculum in that case?
No, so we have taken up this matter with FPSB board, and FPSB is going to work out a migration plan. So if somebody has completed 3 or 4 modules and then wants to switch to the new one to complete the certification, so they will offer you that post March 21. But then what will be that migration that they themselves haven't decided as of now, but that's very much in the making because of our relationships and the close working with FPSB. Yes, we know that's very much in the working. But then बोलिए गौरव जी.
But if at all someone has actually passed 1 or 2 exams, like in that case, there is going to be some kind of migratory plan.
As much as discussion that I had with Noel and Kieran, they are thinking that anybody who has passed more than 2 only would probably allow a migration. किसी ने 1 या 2 पास किया तो नहीं, more than 2 मतलब 3 या 4 किया होगा उसको they'll allow a migration. But then it's not
like
decided.
As of according to your knowledge, if someone has actually just done 1 or 2, then in that case it is going to lapse.
Yeah, then you will be asked to come to the new module, new program level wise pathway and then take it.
Okay. And by what time we can expect that they will be coming up with some kind of decision over it?
I expect it to happen in maybe, let's say, another 2.5 months, because as of now they are really busy, really tied up with the new new program launch. And rather, this program launch is delayed. We were supposed to launch it somewhere in April, 1st of April, but because of this COVID lockdown and all this stuff, we got delayed. And then somehow we managed to pull in FPSB US team, and then we said let's do an online launch and go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions? Any more questions, audience?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening. My name is Abhishek.
Yeah,
I want
Abhishek.
to know one thing. I enrolled last year for the FPSB, and my registration will be expiring on September 20. But I filled up this in last 4 to 5 months. I filled only one paper. So,
Okay.
like, can I go with the old registration model, or if I want to switch to the new one, do I have to again register for FPSB?
No, because your old registration is valid till September, right? Yes. And that September registration will be extended further. Okay, because of this COVID lockdown and all, because 3 months the exams couldn't happen, so they are going to extend it further. So you will be allowed a time till March to complete, but to complete at least 3 papers only then you are eligible for the migration, or else you will be asked to come to the new program only.
So till the March I have option to complete 2 papers, because one I already completed. So if I complete 2 papers, then I can migrate to the new model.
Sir, better
Absolutely,
better to become CFP before March 2021. Don't think much about only clearing 2 modules, only 3 modules. If you are taking so much time, sir, to clear modules, this is not fine. Your target should become CFP by the end of this year only.
Yeah, so now
Take
see,
it as
that's what I was saying, that my faculty members bring a very different perspective. So that's what my you see faculty like Dineshji bring on the board. He is saying that yes, you need to clear it before March. Why are you thinking that you will claim for migration and all that? Correct?
Just ask.
That's okay, sir. But you must have target to become CFP within 5 months, maximum, max to max 5 months. If you follow our instruction, definitely a student can become CFP within 5 to 6 months.
Okay, second question is, I enrolled for ICOFP e-learning module 2 years back, but I think that's for the limited tenure. Can I go for a virtual classes for the old program?
You see, Abhishek, I am glad to know that you came to ICFP and you joined the e-learning program. E-learning access is given to you for 1 year. Okay, it's given to you for 1 year. But if that 1 year is over, yes, you can always come and join a virtual class. You can always join a virtual learning option as well.
But this virtual class, will that be a new course they will be start making people understand, or can I enroll for the old 5 module paper?
So we are standing at a very very unique time, Abhishek. अभी क्या है कि पुराना curriculum भी अगले साल मार्च 20 तक चलेगा, and we have new curriculum launched as well, right? So we will be having classes for both. We will be having classes for both separately. Yeah. Okay. So whether you want to join for the new program or for the old program is something that you should decide, but you will have the freedom and the access to come to us for any of the program that you decide.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, मैं Bikkinela from Kolkata.
Can you repeat your name? Can you repeat your name? Sorry, I couldn't get it.
Bikkinela from Kolkata.
Okay.
सर मुझे ये जानना है कि कोई सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय अगर कोई सीएफपी करना चाहता है तो क्या उधर एनओसी लेने की जरूरत है? क्योंकि एम्प्लॉयर हमेशा बोलते हैं अगर आप इस दौरान
नहीं, you see, employer कहाँ बोलते हैं? You see, any full-time program if you go to do, then yes, you are supposed to inform your central government or agency or wherever you are working at. Why? Because वो full-time program है, आप करोगे कैसे? But any certification you want to do, where you are learning online, या इस तरह का जहाँ पे कि time occupancy नहीं है आपकी, You don't need any approval from your office.
एक्चुअली में सर अगर मैं CFP करता हूँ, मैं इससे अर्निंग करता हूँ, तो इसके बाद अगर मुझे अर्निंग ज्यादा होती है तो फिर एम्प्लॉयर ऑब्जेक्शन करते हैं। ऑब्जेक्शन इसलिए करते हैं कि मैं इससे गुजरा हूँ, मैं इंजीनियर हूँ और मैं मार्केट में काम करता हूँ, बाद में मेरे साथ बहुत सारा प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, इसलिए
निराला जी देखिए दो बातें हैं। निराला जी दो बातें हैं, एक लर्निंग को लेके है और एक बात अर्निंग को लेके है, राइट? योर एम्प्लॉयर कैन नॉट स्टॉप यू फ्रॉम लर्निंग, करेक्ट? नो, नाउ कम्स टू अर्निंग, राइट? अर्निंग की जहां तक बात है, यस, ये तो फिर कभी भी एम्प्लॉयर कह सकता है आपको कि आप ड्यूअल एम्प्लॉयमेंट कर रहे हो या पैरेलल कुछ कर रहे हो। सो दैट्स समथिंग दैट यू विल हैव टू चेक विद योर ऑफिस कि मैं पैरेलली अपना संडे को या कुछ करूं तो विल दैट बी ओके और नॉट। बट देन
आई वुड से देना मुझे ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट देना चाहिए।
Many of central government employees are pursuing, CFP under me. Some, in Navy, Indian Navy, Army also, Colonel also, they are pursuing this course. They have never, asked me a question ki bhai the government will, object my, earning about, all these things. So, gentlemen, मेरे को नहीं लगता कि भाई if you practice, financial planning after becoming CFP and earn, your employer will object you.
Nirala ji, 1 second. I will invite Madhu ji to answer this question. See, उन्होंने 17-18 साल में ना बहुत सारे central government employees को भी पढ़ाया है, right? So I'll invite her to answer on this question as well. Madhu ji, are you there? Madhu Sinha from Mumbai. Madhu ji, are you there?
I believe she is there. I can see her on the on the list of people who are participants.
I cannot see, but then okay, maybe I'm on mobile. Okay, so
last 12 years I've been, Madhu ji is there?
Hello.
Sir, as far as my knowledge is concerned, your employer will not object. You can confirm from officer, because we have been teaching number of students who are from central government, even Indian Navy है आपका और आर्मी वगैरह है, कर्नल तक भी they are pursuing this course. कभी माइंड में नहीं आया क्योंकि आपने क्या एडवाइस देनी है, फाइनेंशियल प्लान कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है, ओनली ऑन संडे ऑल्सो यू कैन डू इट, तो उसमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं होगी।
तो सर आप जो आज तक ऑफर दिए हैं तो अभी तो 7:30 बज गए, फिर अभी पेमेंट करना है तो फिर किस टाइप का होगा, मुझे थोड़ा एडवाइस कीजिए इसके लिए।
Nirala ji, you will get a call from my team in next 10 minutes if you want to. That's not a problem. So 7:30 is not a challenge, sir. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe that sometimes, even if you're open and transparent, your office, the government office, shall sponsor you also for more learning and more educational programs.
Absolutely, Vani ma'am, you are absolutely right.
Thank you.
So can we have more questions? Because I can still see some 29 odd participants. So if we do not have any more questions, can we sign off?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much. And all those guys who have asked few questions or have asked us to call you back, expect a call back from my team in another 15-20 minutes because there are a lot of queries, so they'll answer you one by one. But I promise that they'll reach you today in another 15-20 minutes. And then you have the number on the last slide that I was showing. So that also helps. If in case you find any issues, you can always call back on us. On those numbers.
Hello.
Yeah, carry on.
Hello. Yeah, this is Abhishek again. I was trying to read that number 981990102, but call is not getting connected. Can I request a call back from your side?
Abhishek, I told you, rest assured, in next 15-20 minutes, my team is gonna reach you. That's a promise. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. I am pretty sure FPSB board too enjoyed having an interaction with an audience like you. Thank you, Dinesh ji. Thank you, Madhu ji, and thank you.